Boom. Well, welcome to our X39 presentation. Today, we are so excited to present this life-changing, and we know we throw that word around a lot, but this life-changing opportunity to you. My name is Vanessa. My husband, Andrew, will be presenting. We have been brand partners for 18 months now with LifeWave. We are such proud partners of the company LifeWave and the X39 technology. We're going to present a similar presentation, what was done to us over 18 months ago. We now get the privilege of being in different parts of the world and sharing this with people everywhere we are. We're currently in Montreal, Quebec, in Canada. We were just in Ottawa. We're based on the Gold Coast, but this opportunity has allowed us the time freedom and location freedom and financial freedom to be doing what we do now everywhere we go. So we're so grateful. We love our team. Many of them are on right now. Just let us know where you're coming in from. And we're going to share a few powerful testimonies with you as well in this presentation. So I'll turn to my screen. Andrew, as you want to just share how we were introduced to the product.
Yeah, so this was one of the greatest opportunities, if not the greatest we've ever experienced in our life. My friend called me up just around 18 months ago. It was end of November 2023 and said, "Have you been patched?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "I've got this new patch that is giving me energy. It's changing my hair. It's growing back, which is a miracle. The color of my hair is growing back." He goes, it's a in the wellness industry. You're an entrepreneur. This is like ground floor. As a business guy, you would do amazing with this. It's helping a lot of people, which you love to do. I'm like, I was almost ready. Sign me up right there. And then I said, what do I do? He goes, go to this presentation with someone and they'll show you the details. And that's exactly the presentation we're doing tonight. And I am so glad we said yes to this because we are now in Canada. I can go visit my daughter, and we're at a point that we're getting to that I can fly over whenever I want to come and see her now because of this freedom, sovereign business that this is giving us, where it's changing people's health, it's changing people's lives, but it's also building a stream of income for us. We're coaches as well. And we believe in minimum 3 streams of income. The goal is 7, so that you have complete control over your financial ecosystem. This is doing that for people. And it's beginning with helping them with the mortgage every month or paying off their car loan, to then subsidizing their wage, to then being even larger and then being able to do this at their own leisure. So this has been super exciting for thousands of people now that Vanessa and I in 18 months have been introduced to and help and guide and build with and learn from, to see so many people's lives being changed and added value to.
So, have you been patched? Is a question that Andrew's best mate asked him. And we were like, well, what is it? We don't wear nicotine patches. It looks like that. And it's this simple 20-cent size piece patch. And the problem that this patch solves is that our stem cells are in decline as we age. By the time we're 30, we've lost over half our stem cell activity. At 60, you've lost nearly all your stem cell activity. But if we go back to this image, stem cells are the body's raw materials, and they become whatever cells our body needs to let all our organs and our internal systems function at their optimum. So to be functioning with half our stem cells at 30 explains a lot of what happens around that 30 plus. At 60, that means there's just so much longer wound healing, recovery. So many illnesses happen because of the lack of stem cells. You'll hear the word stem cell therapy all around the world right now. So popular, so expensive, so invasive. We're not at all diminishing the medical field and what it can offer, but to think you have one simple patch for less than $5 a day, you could be regenerating your own body's ability to heal. This is the game changer in the health industry all over the world.
So how does X39 work? It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. So it's light It's light and heat activated. It's a frequency. What happens is this little patch is a patented nano crystal technology, which means number one, it's all organic, so there's no heavy metals or anything like that in there. It's aminos, salts, and sugars. And when it touches your body, the heat of your body, because we're light beings, we emit heat. You don't have to be outside for this to activate it. It activates that frequency that speaks to your copper peptides that then activates your stem cells. So it reflects light to activate the light of your own body. Here's what's amazing though, and that most people don't really understand, is it's non-transdermal, no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, and it's non-invasive. So when you pop a pill, when you have a headache and you pop a pill, we don't really know, unless you're a nurse or someone that's really figured all this out, what's actually happening in our body and how it's affecting other parts of our organs. When we take things in, it can have adverse effects. With this, there are no risks, no adverse effects, nothing going past your skin barrier. So nothing's going into the bloodstream. That's what's so amazing about this product. And so it's a wellness product. But what we always like to, say, and is important to say, is none of this is intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But the thousands upon tens of thousands, now hundreds of thousands of testimonies of people like us and many others who are using this patch, how much it's transforming their health and seeing results and success stories like no one else. And what I love about this is it's easy. I think it's made for men. It's that simple to wear this X39, this superstar patch. It's 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So 12 hours on for your body and stem cells to be activated and going for it and fixing all the things it needs to fix. And then 12 hours off when you sleep so that you repair and you rejuvenate. That's why it's a day patch. You don't want energy in the middle of the night. You want to sleep. And then you just throw the patch away. When you wake up, put one on again, either on the back of your neck, under your belly button, or anywhere that you have a pain area. And you must drink plenty of water because you're going to be needing to flush those toxins, those old stem cells, that heavy metals and all of that this is working to get out of your body.
So the benefits that we see with the X39, and we'll story tell soon, but the general benefits, we're seeing increased strength for people. And we see that all over, literally from, grandmas that are telling stories about now being able to pick up their little grandchildren again and what that means to them to reduce inflammation. And we know inflammation is the root of so much disease in our body. Increased stamina, that energy and vitality, that is that not that nervous energy, but a really steady energy throughout the day. Mental clarity, so much breakthrough around mental health, mental well-being, mental clarity, brain fog lifting. Our daughter's 3 major brain injuries, the concussions she faced. We just saw such balance after about 6 weeks for her, mental and emotional. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions. We've seen personal experience with the X39 on our 18-year-old as she had such pain with scoliosis. Improvement of sleep. Andrew was off his sleep apnea machine within a few months, which is a game changer for your marriage. And so improved skin appearance, just all that beautiful collagen inside and out, which you'll see in a moment. The long-term results are incredible too, but actually as soon as that patch is on you, as soon as maybe someone you meet gives you that 1-day sample, that's all we ever do, just to show you how easy it is to patch. Within that first day, about 4,000 of your genes and your cells begin communicating to each other in new ways. So there's often a quick uptake. Some people are one patch wonders. Our friend Sue, gluteal bursitis, pain that she'd lived with, spent thousands of dollars on, was literally healed in that 20-minute patch experience. But others, it's going to be a rebuilding and a regenerating, because this is not a quick fix, because there was other things still going on that Sue now 18 months later has had amazing breakthroughs in. You can see her story last week. At 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. You'll see a graph in a minute. At 3 weeks, collagen is increasing everywhere inside and out, all around your organs, all around your skin. We say to everyone patching, take before photos, because you will not recall all the changes from all my little skin tags going and the color of my sunspots changing and just all the collagen back in our body. At 6 months, your heart is reversing in cellular age. This is a huge deal. This is not just an anti-aging kind of technology. This is age reversing the organs in your body and your whole systems in your body. You'll hear more about the inventor soon.
So this is a topography map of a 77-year-old woman who placed the X39 on the back of the neck. You can see from session 1 to session 3 in just 6 weeks how quickly this patch was working in this area of her body when it comes to her brain. And this is not just for 77-year-olds. This is for 3-year-olds. This is for teenagers, all the way up to 85, 90 and beyond, because all of us have inflammation in our brain at different times and need this patch. And so we're seeing incredible results across the board of different ages. And I know for me, that was one of the results I got, which is that brain fog gone within 6 weeks, and really focusing and really helping to recalibrate my ADHD was a game changer. What I love about this technology is that it's patented. Now, to get a US patent, like, you don't just throw one out there and it comes back and everything's done. It's got to do what it says it does. It doesn't just happen overnight. This is important. He's actually got over 200. So this inventor is serious about what he does. And I love that this patent is a result of elevating the copper peptides, including activation of stem cells. So it's right in there, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants. And what this also does is, one, it secures you and it with confidence that this is coming from the source. Never buy these patches from anywhere else, because they're copies, they're toxic, wouldn't even touch it from a 10-foot barge pole. So when you buy through your brand partner, you are getting it from the source. So there's confidence with that and trust. Then also the patent for those of us who are interested in building other streams of income, which I encourage everyone to do, and everyone should have a direct selling business in their portfolio. Then also, no one else has this. We have no competition. There might be patches out there that throw nicotine or whatever into your body, or essential oils that are doing whatever, you know, you can go figure it out. From what I hear, not much. What these are doing are actually getting your stem cells going, and seeing the results that we're seeing is unbelievable. So that's really important. And then what I love about the inventor and CEO, David Schmidt, of this super patch X39 is he has over 200 patents now, which is amazing. He's a scientist and inventor, so he wasn't some guy that just got a Google degree and threw a patch out there and tried to make $1 million. This guy is serious. He's credible, he's well known, and he specializes in age reversing. Put in the chat a 5 if you're wanting some age reversing. I know I am. In 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. So this wasn't just done yesterday, friend. And a recent patent took 10 years and $4.5 million US to bring to market. So he's serious about this. He invested in it. He took his time to then launch it to the world, and that's why it's working.
So the studies that you'll see when you look at the connection between stem cells and what this patch is it's elevating a peptide which is in our body, a human peptide called the GHCKCU. When you study it, it is called the fountain of youth peptide. It is the longevity peptide that we're often missing in our bodies. So to naturally increase it is huge. So to summarize what we've shared so far, this is unique. No one else has this product. No one else, you can't get it from anywhere else. You need to circle back with the brand partner that shows you this video. This improves cellular health. So this is not a quick fix. It's a long-term regenerative technology. It's safe, it's non-transdermal, so nothing's hitting that blood or going through that skin barrier except light. It's extremely affordable, for less than a cup of coffee a day, and it's patented, which is a really, really serious deal. But the testimonies are what we share all around the world. And today we're sharing Aussie and Kiwi stories. We have teams in so many countries that are also sharing what's happening with this patch. And the patch on you will do something super unique to the patch on another person, because your body's unique and your body's intuitive and it knows what to do. Some people experience quick results, otherwise about 30 days, you'll start to really notice some change. At 90 days, about 97% of people have seen some quite remarkable result. But we say to people, actually track your wellness indicators, from sleep to mobility to that well-being feeling, and then put a number beside the things that are reducing, that have been impacting your health. And if you're an elite athlete or you feel optimized already, look for the 1% edge that this patch gives to professionals all over the world. If you want the deeper healing, you've got to wear this patch 1 month for every decade you are old. So if you're 50, think at least 5 to 6 months, and then those stem cells become an army or active and begin to do that more deeper healing work altogether. For more information on the testimonies, go to thisisitinfo.com. You'll see things like all these different categories. You'll click on it, click through, see amazing videos. The children's videos are so emotional around a nonverbal autistic boy who's now speaking to his family and the changes in him and their whole family. You've got incredible stories around all these different categories and so many more we share often on our Facebook and our WhatsApp pages. So circle back with your brand partner. But when you talk to your brand partner, you might say, will it do this? And we're going to say it could, because there are multiple testimonies. You'll see nerve damage, wound healing, scoliosis healing. You'll see so much. We've just patched a lady with 2nd to 3rd degree burns, and she has had no pain by day 2. Day 5, we're seeing incredible healing. The doctors are blown away. Hair regrowth, scars healing quickly. People are talking about it. Doctors are talking about it. There is so much resource out there, but you don't want to just look specifically for your challenge or your health challenge. You want to just understand that your stem cells will go where they need to go. So let's hear from an amazing couple that have had really outstanding results. Her name is Debbie, and she's married to David, and they're going to come off. If you can come off mute, Debbie, I saw you on a little earlier before. Just come off mute if you can.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, we can. Are you able to come on video, or do you just have
I have it on there, but I've lost it. So head me in the right direction.
Okay, you can go down to a little, it says video, right down to the left-hand side of your screen. If you hover on it, it'll say video and you just click it on. I'll ask you to start it.
Okay, so your host has added you to start video. Okay.
Amazing.
Are we still
are.
talking?
We can see you. We can see you.
Great
We'd
to see
love
you.
to hear your story.
Okay, so we can't see you, but you can see us.
Perfectly.
That's scary.
Well, would you like to share what's been happening for you since you started patching?
So, like many others, a friend that we hadn't seen for 10 years. So, just a little bit of background about us. My husband and I run a massage business in a little country town in Warwick, in Queensland.
Outside Warwick.
And near Warwick, outside Queensland. So this lady, we had massaged her whole family about 10 years ago, and she came back just before Easter, and she had no idea what had been happening to me at all. And she said, I want to show something to you and I'd like you to try this. And she brought in 2 silent night patches. At that point, I was really very ill and not really comprehending terribly much that she was talking about. And I was grateful that she cared and said, just pop them on the bench, please. And she said, okay, so I want to come back after Easter and have another massage. And she said, I'd like to bring some more patches with me when I come. And I said, that's fine. So 4 days later, she comes back and brings 4 Eons, 4 49s, and 4 of something else that I can't even remember right now. And then that was the beginning. And then Sunshine Morgan and I spoke that night, and I asked her about whether or not she knew anything about it. And she said, yes. She said, I've been sitting on this for a few weeks, not wanting to give you something else that you had to buy. And I said, oh, okay. And I said, and she goes, I joined today. And so that was the beginning of the journey. So I joined up under Sunshine. We got started and started wearing the X39. And then actually Vanessa and I interacted text messaging after I got my diagnosis of a cardiology, looking like I needed open heart surgery, which I still don't know what the outcome of that's going to be. But at the time, I could barely breathe, I could barely speak, and I had to get my husband to help me walk from 10 feet to go from A to B, because I was passing out all of the time. And I then started on the added the 30 with the 39. I added the 49 and the Eon, and a week later you've all seen the outcome of us dressed up for the ball, and we danced for 2.5 hours on that night after a week on the 3 patches.
Wow.
And my husband was sporting a very, very painful knee, and he can tell you about that.
G'day. I'm 81. I'm still bloody working. I worked for myself since I was 14 and never had an employer. And I'm still working. I did 6 massages today. Massage Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Go to town Wednesday to do the shopping and work with the sheep and the tractor work through the weekend. So I keep myself pretty busy. And Debbie, I had a bad knee and a bad thumb. We were loading furniture, and the young fellow who was helping me was pretty useless, and he twisted the furniture and nearly broke my thumb. So she put the pain patch on my thumb, which inflammation one, and it seemed to be pretty good. So I went ahead and I've been massaging ever since, and I do a lot of manipulation because I work basically chiropractor style. So my left thumb was one of my major tools, but anyway, it's good as gold. And I had I had a bit of a spill and bashed my right knee up. So it was clicking and making funny noises. So Debbie put one underneath the inside of my right kneecap, and yeah, I'm still walking, still working, and still happy.
You guys, thank you so much for sharing, and congratulations, because from there you've started to share with others, and you have really hit some of these wonderful, we call them ranks, but become a manager, which just means you're impacting a few people now and beyond. So from our team, congratulations. Thank you for sharing.
Have a glass of wine now.
You can have a glass of wine now. Go enjoy your wine. Well done for showing up online.
You guys are amazing. And imagine what's going to happen over the next couple of months if that's just in a short period of time.
Sunshine and I are already planning the celebrations.
Good. You deserve it.
Thank you so very much. It's been a pleasure to be part of everything, and look forward to continued health down the track.
Yes. We'll be tracking with you. Thank you so much, Deborah. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Amazing. To everyone listening and who watch this later, did you hear Deborah say, my friend cared enough to do this? And that's what this is. This is all about the fact that we've got our hands on something that we can't keep quiet about it. So just as we wrap up how to purchase, Andrew, will you just speak into why sharing is so powerful in the business model?
Absolutely. Sharing, this is what I love about direct selling, is it's the people's business. I want you to know that this product is extremely affordable at the price of less than a coffee. And now I'm experiencing that worldwide because I'm in Canada and it's around the same price of Australia for coffee. Coffee's actually more expensive now. But if this was in the hands of corporates, if this is in the hands of government, if this is in the hands of the pharmaceutical companies, oh gosh, this would be 10, 20, 30 times the price. And so I love that this is a sharing person to person, face to face business. And that's why it's going like wildfire across 85 countries now. This company is a 21 becoming a 21-year-old company. So it wasn't just started yesterday. Number one, that means it's not a scam. You can't do that for 20 years just quietly. So all the smoke screens that sometimes happen around this has got the credibility of a 20-year-old company. Most companies don't last 3 to 5 years. So this and this X39 is the superstar patch that's taken it from a $20 million revenue company in 2021 to it'll be over $1 billion this year. So, and it's still the product that no one knows about yet. It's the fastest growing in its space. It's 2 years in a row. It's won that award as the fastest growing company in the direct selling space. And it's not a Me Too product. It's not like you have your creams, I have my creams, you have your pills, we have our pills. No one has this stem cell activation technology in a patch. You don't need to go lie in a bed for an hour or so and hope something happens through infrared technology. This is doing that and more for $5 a day, roughly. And you just patch it on and you go for it for 12 hours. It's changing people's lives.
So this business model thrives on people's why, and Andrew, just quickly, briefly share about ours, and then we'll show people how to purchase.
Where every person's life and why is different. We, as a family, after doing lots of things in our life, came to a point where we understood that we wanted sovereignty and building a life where we're in control. We have creating our own financial ecosystem, looking after our health, because your health is your true wealth. But health with wealth gives you true freedom and sovereignty. Being able to live where we want to live, be able to do like we are 8 weeks away in the US and Canada, visiting our daughter, building our businesses, being able to be generous and to support the things that we love supporting and the people. So that's what this is for many people. It's family, it's time, it's freedom, it's security, travel, better health, less debt, could be all of those things. Helping people to dream bigger like they never have before. And we're seeing that people are starting to achieve brick by brick those goals, which is really exciting. So how do you get started when it comes to this? Now, this could just be about your health and you just want to use the product. We're here for you to support you with that. For many people, they want to get this for free. And by doing that, by sharing with other people, and as they share with other people, that's why it's the people's business, is then they are compensated. When I share a great bottle of wine that I love or something else, I don't get paid for that. The wine company does. With this, when I share it, I get compensated with it. And for many people, just paying for their own patches every month is one of their whys with sharing this. For many more of us as entrepreneurs, as business people, as people who want freedom and sovereignty, people who've never done this before, but want to get out of their job, they start building it as a business. And because that's what it can be, and building that other stream of income. And that's what Vanessa and I personally help people to do, is to really help subsidize and then take over their income, personal income, and create substantial legacy wealth. So for the price of less than a flat white per day, $6 a day, you have 3 different options when it comes to this package. It's extremely affordable. I want to keep saying that, because when you understand it's only $5 or $6 a day and what you spend on going to the cafe and everything, it's bringing it into what's your value system, what really matters. So we have the core, we have the advanced, and we have the premium. We've made it real simple, 3 different packages. Vanessa, why don't you share about that?
So the core is brilliant if you are going to give this a 90-day trial. Like, most people need more than 90 days because if you're 30 or above, you're going to want more. But if you want to just invest at the 90-day for $295 US plus tax, it's in US because it's in a globally over 80 countries. So you can get 3 months supply at the core for under $300 US. And this is a brilliant first start if you're just going to be patching. Advanced is an even better price point because you get 6 months supply and it comes down to $535. So now you're down to around that $94 per month instead of, actually $89 per month instead of $99. This is a great price, and it's actually the magic number where we really start to see people get an uptake and real transformation is around that 6 months of use. At this level, you can also activate your business license in a way that will allow you to earn unlimited in the compensation plan as soon as you are on advanced. At core, you can earn about 100 a week. At advanced, you can start to tap into the unlimited amount of compensation there for sharing this and really sharing with a lot of people in your world who need hope for their health. The premium is what we call the large family pack or the entrepreneurs pack. This is where you come into 20 months worth of the product or some of the extra support patches that already Debbie and David were referring to. They just specialize and fast track some areas of your healing. You can talk to your brand partner about that. But this is the most popular pack because at premium, you get this product now for $84 per month instead of $99. So that's already a huge savings. There's over $600 US worth of savings in the premium pack. This is what most of us came in at. We were serious about this. We had people in mind straight away that we wanted to just have a little rolling stock. So when they ordered, we wanted them to walk away and basically borrow a month of ours so they could get started as quickly as possible. We also had a large family, and we thought straight after a presentation like this, we are not keeping this to ourselves. We haven't even got our product, and we were calling people about it. So we came in at premium, ready to run, ready to share, ready to see people get their life back and hope for their health, and also begin to earn some really exciting money. So that's a really popular pack, and there's some incredible incentives right now around that. You then choose how to be on what we call a monthly subscription. You have no obligation to keep that on, but it's in a subscription model so that you can always have your product come to your door. You never invest the core, advanced, or premium price again. It's just 1 month supply. And what I love about this company is to have a turnkey business that can bring in 6 and 7 figures if you get serious about this. Your only overhead is that product you're going to use to patch yourself and some for sharing. That's wild. We know people right now, don't we, Andrew, that are investing like $500,000 in a franchise and not guaranteed any kind of return. So we love this model. Core, if you're just patching. Advanced, if you want to actually commit to the 6 months minimum, or you're patching as a couple, or you want to unlock the business. Premium, when you get excited and serious about really sharing this with others.
Absolutely. And everything's a membership subscription model these days. So Netflix, everything else, it's the same thing. So I love that because also it means I don't run out. And when you go 2 or 3 days without patching after patching, you feel it because it's activating everything. And all of a sudden things start slowing down. So we're unfortunately on a degenerative trajectory as human beings. And so we want to have those activated as constantly as much as possible and seeing the benefits of that. So that subscription model is just a no-brainer when it comes to building the business and also making sure that you've got enough, because most people I know are generous people, and they're probably going to start sharing it a bit even if they're not building the stream of income side, because they want to see people get well, and you're going to start running out slowly. So having that is to make sure that you don't run out, because it can take over a week or more sometimes for these things to come in once you order it. So super exciting for less than $6 a day. I want to remind you, this is the people's business. It's extremely affordable. This is all about getting it out there to other people, helping them while you're in that process as well, because you might take 3 months to get a result. 97% of people do within 3 months, but next door to you, who's really suffering, might take 3 days to get a result and starts changing their life. So we need to get that out as quickly as possible. And we always say your health is your true wealth. You can have $1 billion, but if you're on your deathbed, it means nothing. We want to get people activated, performing the things that they want to be living their life with, and for many others like us, building other streams of income. So hey, go back to your brand partner. Don't waste too much time, because this can take up to 7 to 10 days, depending on which package you get, to come in the mail. Let them get this sorted for you so we can get your testimony, like what we just heard from Deborah. And, it's exciting to hear so many incredible testimonies that are coming in through this community.
Awesome. Circle back with your brand partner. Thanks for watching.